Physical obesity is an epidemic. Potentially fatal diseases like cancer and heart disease are on the rise. The average person is exhausted, their physical energy levels at an all-time low. Most can't seem to generate enough energy to make it through a single day without consuming a few cups of coffee or an average drink. The success of such products is further evidence of the degree to which people are struggling physically. Mental and emotional. More prescription drugs are being consumed every day in an attempt to combat disorders like depression, anxiety, and countless other mental or emotional illnesses. Rarely do you turn on the TV without seeing an ad for some prescription drug. There's usually some good looking middle aged couple flying a kite on the beach with their dog. Then, a man with a deep voice starts speaking gently, rattling off symptoms, followed by a list of potential side effects. Do you ever feel tired, sad, lonely, depressed, overweight, or anything else that you'd be willing to pay money to not feel anymore? Great, you are in luck. XYZ drug can help. Warning, may cause side effects such as bloating, constipation, diarrhea, dizziness, dry mouth, dandruff, insomnia, narcolepsy, and many other things far worse than what it's actually supposed to help you with. So don't wait. Call the number on your screen today. Relationships. It's well known that there is an epidemic of divorce in America, with 1 in 2 marriages failing. In other words, over half of those deeply in love couples who stand before their friends and family and commit their lives to each other, through the good time and the bad, might I remind you, struggle to make it work. After more than 30 years of marriage, 2 of my favorite people, my mom and dad, recently divorced. I'm very present to the pain of this all too common relational struggle. Financial. Americans have more personal debt than at any other time in history. Many people aren't earning nearly as much money as they'd like to be earning. They are spending too much, not saving enough, and struggling financially. It's no secret that most people are living life far below their potential. Once we can acknowledge that, it's crucial that we explore what causes most people to struggle and settle for mediocrity in their lives. Step 2. Identify the causes of mediocrity. Once you've acknowledged that 95% of our society is settling for far less than they are capable of, struggling in almost every area, and not experiencing the levels of success, happiness, and freedom that they really want, the next crucial step is to understand why. To prevent it from happening to you, you must know what causes the average person to end up living a life of mediocrity. If you were to ask the average person in this country, 40 to 50 years old, settling for less than they want, and struggling to be happy, pay their bills, etc., if you were to ask them if this was their plan, their vision for their life, what do you think they would say? Do you think they envisioned their life being a struggle? Of course not. And that, my friend, is the scary part. If 95% of our society is not living the life that they want, we must figure out what they did wrong or what they didn't do right, so that we don't end up living a life of mediocrity. We don't want our lives to be a struggle. I want a life of freedom, where I get to wake up and do what I want, when I want, with whomever I want. I want to get out of bed every day and truly love my life. I want to love my work, and I want to love the people I get to share my life and work with. That's my definition of success. That kind of life doesn't just happen. It must be designed. If you want to live an extraordinary life as defined and designed by you, then you must identify fundamental causes of mediocrity so you can prevent them from robbing you of the life you want. The following are what I believe to be the most relevant causes of mediocrity and unfulfilled potential, the ones that have made and will continue to make the biggest impact on your life, and what you can do to defeat them. The causes of mediocrity and your solutions. Rear view mirror syndrome. One of the most crippling causes of mediocrity in life is a condition I call rear view mirror syndrome, RMS. Our subconscious minds are equipped with a self-limiting rear view mirror through which we continuously relive and recreate our past. We mistakenly believe that who we were is who we are, thus limiting our true potential in the present based on the limitations of our past. As a result, we filter every choice we make from what time we will wake up in the morning to which goals we will set to what we allow ourselves to consider possible for our lives. Through the limitations of our past experiences, we want to create a better life, but sometimes we don't know how to see it any other way than how it's always been. Research shows that on any given day, the average person thinks somewhere between 50,000 and 60,000 thoughts. The problem is that 95% of our thoughts are the same as the ones we thought the day before, and the day before that, and the day before that. It's no wonder most people go through life day after day, month after month, year after year, and never change the quality of their lives. Like old worn baggage, we carry stress, fear, and worry from yesterday with us into today. When presented with opportunities, we quickly check our rear view mirror to assess our past capabilities. No, I've never done anything like that before. I've never achieved that at that level. In fact, I've failed time and time again. When presented with adversity, we go back to our trusty rear view mirror for guidance on how to respond. Yep, just my luck. This stuff always happens to me. I am just going to give up. That's what I've always done when things get too difficult. If you are to move beyond your past and transcend your limitations, you must stop living out of your rear view mirror and start imagining a life of limitless possibilities. Accept the paradigm. My past does not equal my future. Talk to yourself in a way that inspires confidence that not only is anything possible, but that you are capable and committed to making it so. It's not even necessary to believe it at first. In fact, you probably won't believe it. You might find it uncomfortable and that you resist doing it. That's okay. Repeat it to yourself anyway, and your subconscious mind will begin to absorb the positive self affirmations. Don't place unnecessary limitations on what you want for your life. Think bigger than you've allowed yourself to think up until this point. Get clear on what you truly want. Condition yourself to the belief that it's possible by focusing on affirming it every day. And then consistently move in the direction of your vision until it becomes your reality. There is nothing to fear because you cannot fail. Only learn, grow, and become better than you've ever been before. Always remember that where you are is a result of who you were. But where you go depends entirely on who you choose to be from this moment on. Lack of purpose. If you ask the average person what their life purpose is, you will get a funny look or a response like, gee, I don't know. What if I asked you? What would you say? The average person can't articulate their life purpose. The compelling why that drives them to wake up every day and do whatever it takes to fulfill their mission in life. Rather, the average person takes life one day at a time and has no higher purpose beyond merely surviving. Most people just focus on getting through the day, taking the path of least resistance, and pursuing short-lived pleasures along the way while avoiding any pain or discomfort that might cause them to grow. During the course of my 7-year career in direct sales, despite having broken numerous company sales records, I spent the first 6 of those 7 years fighting the uphill battle of mediocrity and losing more often than not. My results were inconsistent, and I consistently accepted far less than my best until I finally figured out the secret to overcoming mediocrity. Live a life of purpose. After being inducted into my company's Hall of Fame, I was ready to move on and pursue my dream of becoming an author, speaker, and coach. However, I had never achieved my full potential within the company. I was about to leave the company with the mediocrity monkey on my back. It was sure to follow me into my next venture unless I did something about it. Up until then, I didn't have a compelling life purpose that got me up in the morning even when I didn't feel like getting up. I had no purpose that drove me to get on the phone and call prospect even when I didn't need more money. I decided in that moment that my life purpose for the next 12 months would be to become the person I need to be to create the success, freedom, and quality of life that I truly want. I combined this with my other life purpose, which was to selflessly add value to the lives of others by assembling a team of 16 other sales reps. I led weekly conference coaching calls to support them in reaching their goals free of charge for the next 46 consecutive weeks.